Hello, good evening, and welcome along to the 256th Rony's Tuesday Fun Race in Live for Speed. 2021 Round 12 gets underway in just a few moments' time with the BMW Sauber F106 at Kyoto GP Long Reversed. I'm Peter Butcher, you're watching Sim broadcasts on Twitch or YouTube, and tonight I'm joined in the commentary box by Eoin Harmon. Hi, Eoin.
Hi, Pete, and welcome along, everybody. It's the first event of June that I've been here for, so bring it on.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a quick month already, I have to say. We're already on the 8th of June, and here we are for another Rony's Tuesday Fun Race, round number 12, and it's coming to us from Kyoto. Here's where we've been so far in the championship, round 12, as I mentioned. Next time out in RTFR in a couple of weeks' time, we are taking the UF1, the fabled UF1 to Blackwood GP, which is going to be pretty fun, Owen, I think, and a little bit different to what we have tonight with the Formula One car.
Yeah, quite the opposite ends of the scale, has to be said.
Kyoto GP Long Reversed is a 7.4 kilometre, 4.6 mile track. Qualification has been on for 60 minutes. We're going to catch the last 8 or so minutes of that session. And then we have a 19 lap race, which some people may believe or may think that it could be tight on fuel, Owen. What do we think about that?
Yeah, you'd be looking at the sections turns 8 through 11. That's pretty much flat out most of the way. 6 and 7 as well. That's not going to bother these F1 cars. So if the drivers play it clean, I'd say the fuel will be very, very marginal.
Yeah, it'll be on the bubble, but there we are. The car that they're using is the F106. It's been in Live for Speed for a long time, and it's a 2.4 litre V8 mid-engined rear-wheel drive car with 720 horsepower and weighs just over half a ton. So quite a light Formula One car by today's standards, Owen, and a handful, especially around these twisty corners at Kyoto. But it does have the aid of traction control, so it's a little bit less of a challenge, and groove tyres. Anyway, let's have a look at the enormous list of drivers on the Drivers' Championship standings, shall we? We're not going to read them all out, but we'll put them up just so you can see your name on the standings if you're there. There are 108 of you, so who've registered a point, so we'll go through that now. But it's interesting to note that Nika Puntola, Sidus's Unite, leads the table ahead of his teammate Rick Cardlow, while we let these tables scroll past.
Yeah, Unite being on top, it's a prude signing from the Sidus team to get him in. So certainly those teams, the drivers of that team will be battling as hard as they can to try and prove they're the best.
Yeah, Tilo Falkenberg gets a longer and longer spreadsheet every week to create these tables for us. So thank you very much, Tilo. Here are the drivers who've registered points for the championship. And anyway, yeah, we'll just let this finish. And there we go, finally, 108 drivers. Brilliant. So yeah, back to the beginning of the table. It is Sidus at the top, and that is going to be the same story over in the Teams Championship. Yoni Katila there in P3, Mandula P4, Ayub P5. So yeah, let's have a look at the Teams Championship. Sorry, Sidus leading the way ahead of Born to Race now. Then Race Green down to third. World Class Lions fourth. Master Race Car fifth. Sim Broadcasts there in P6. Fragmaster in P7. FNS in P8. Zafaralis in P9. Alma Corsa in P10. And Fortunato Racing Team rounding out the table with 1 point in 11th. Owen, who is topping the timesheets on the track?
It's none other than Rick Cardle with a 1 minute 41.8. And that has a very slim advantage over Gabor, also representing Sidus. But Fragmaster Number is doing his level best to avoid a Sidus whitewash. He has P3, and it's Botsy fourth, and it's Samnoki, I think that name is. It's
Sanochki.
In a dark colour, so I can't read it. Samnochi, excuse me.
Running the 77 of Balthri Bottas in P5. So yeah, Botsy has returned. That's nice to see. Maybe his RTFR championship is starting this week. What do we reckon? As we see Yari Katila getting a bit out of shape through the first chicane. But yes, Rick Cardle, what a lap time, a 141.8. Only 800ths of a second ahead of his teammate Gabor, over a 1 minute 41 lapo, and that's quite phenomenal. Yeah,
it says a lot. That's a supremely quick time in a 7.4 kilometer, 4.6 mile track. And it's just a matter of who else can possibly break into the 141s. I'd say only 4 drivers could do it at best, but at this stage I don't see the point. If you don't want to over push, and maybe time to study your strategy rather than going for pole. You never know.
Yeah, Rick Cardle's just gone on to a lap here, and he's straight up into the first corner. It's like a blink and you miss it situation here. Cuts across pit exit. There was a car exiting. He was lucky that and he's already ruined it into turn 1. So yeah, he's not going to improve on that lap, is he? Gabor, his teammates on a lap 2 on the oval. Only 800ths of a second behind, as I mentioned before. And if Botsy can improve or indeed unite, then we might have a front 2-row lockout for Sidus. That'd be crazy if that happened. And it's not too much of a stretch to think that it could happen, as we have 3 minutes 25 left in the session. Here comes Gabor underneath the fabled that corner, except in the wrong direction. We won't see many people going off there, hopefully, today. Into the sweeps in the the wrong direction again. It's very weird seeing a race at the reverse configuration, Owen.
Yeah, I think Kyoto is arguably the most famous track that people like to go in one direction only, whereas you'd see Blackwood and Fern Bay either forwards or in reverse. So I'd say Kyoto, I very rarely see it in reverse.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen a reverse race around here, but there we go. Through the final chicane comes Gabor, a bit wide, and he's had to abort because that was not a good line through the final chicane. But it's such a quick lap here. 7.4 kilometers in just under 2 minutes. Well, 1 minute 40. It's unbelievable. But that is the nature of these cars. And look at the guy in P3. Zdravko Topolniak, Fragmaster's number. A dab hand in the single seaters in Need for Speed. And he's in third at the moment.
Yeah, he was celebrator of the Fox chassis. So if he can prove himself again in the BF1, then it should make for difficulty for Sidus to make sure they dominate as they love to do. On camera we have Ayub in the top 10 for Born to Race, flying through the first sector here. It should be turns. The oval section is coming up now, turning left as you'd expect, as if it was a Kyoto oval race. And now he's heading past one of the lap cars and turning extremely hard to the right. Turn number 9 just goes on and on and on before it finally lets you carry on looking forwards. Under the bridge he goes, and another left-hander coming up for turn 12. Again, 186 miles an hour, flat out. Finally drops a gear for 13 into 14, going downhill and sharp left. Coming up next, I believe. Yeah, here it comes, turn 15. Let's go down to 80, 90 miles an hour, second gear. Lap traffic ahead, but it should be flat out for the next 15 seconds. A long wait until they reach the final chicane, which we're so used to seeing as a hard braking section, but this is just drop a gear and onwards you go. Car facing backwards there, but Yer Loco will offer slipstream to the Moroccan racer here. Can he improve? He can. P9. It's a new personal best. And Lorenzo has actually suffered as a result of Ayoub's pace. He's 10th himself now, heading into the 8th corner. I think that is. I made a mistake with my numbers. And the clock strikes 0. Any drivers on a hot lap will be allowed to complete them. Otherwise, that'll be it for this session. 34 times have been registered, so we won't have any eliminations from the session. It'll just be everyone fighting for the best position possible. So, gentlemen, young Tommy B leaving the pits a bit late for that, I'm afraid. We'll follow Lorenzo for the remainder of the lap and see how he gets on. You'd love that place back. Should be in the final section of the track now. Here we go, final chicane. In his lucky strike BAR. On he goes. He's going to hit about 195 miles an hour crossing the line. A 143.36. Not an improvement in position. So that's P10 for Lorenzo. So Gabor, it is Gabor in second place. He wants the pole position and he's going to save it to the very last roll of the dice with the final sector pretty much about to be finished. Here we go, final set of corners, turn 16, then 17 and 18 together. Oh, he's going to touch the grass, but that's fine. Held on. It's going to be probably too slow. Yeah, 144.88. Oh, still not enough. It is pole position for Ricardo. And without further ado, we'll take a quick break and we'll return with full results when we return.
Hello everybody, apologies for that, a few technical difficulties here. We are back for round 12 of Rony's Tuesday Fun Race 2021. Before we went off air, we had qualifying and we have the results of that for you now. Let me bring those up for you. So in the pole position for the start of this one, we have Silas's Rick Cardle, followed by Gabor, then it's Number, Sonochki, Botsy, Rando, Adam for Sim Broadcast. Then we've got Unite, Ayub, Lorenzo in P10, FNS 79 in P11, Mandula P12, Jocks P13, Gentleman's Young Tommy B in P14, Aerotax Nova in 15th, Iron Donny in P16, then it's Rony himself in P17, Fadas in P18, Yaroslav Donlik P19, Meister Race Cars Michael Malik in P20. On the second page of results, it is who we've got in 21st. It's The Mooley, then it's Atian, Soini, MRC's Pabluski, Motti Macari in P25 for ZFRL, World Class Lines Yara Catilla, then we've got Argentina Turismo's Yara Loco, FNS X Toff, Sim Broadcast's Kid and Elmo rounding out the top 30, Magic in P31, LG Mies in P32, Steve Martin P33, and Tila Falkenberg at the back of the grid in P34. So yeah, 34 cars are going to take the start of this one.
Yeah, just to make a quick point, Redbot has been invited onto the grid without a time set, but he's been warned you have to be very careful without much practice done. And the other point I'll make quickly is Nova arrived at the very last second and did his lap time. So he even admitted in the chat he's here at the last second and he's on the grid fair and square.
Good to see drivers joining late, and good to see Nova here. He's a Singapore driver, so he's not often able to attend these really late events, obviously with the time zones, so pretty late night for him, or early morning, depending on which way you look at it. But we are moments away, Owen, from the start of 19 laps around this track, and it should be great.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be tough on the drivers in the midfield. So many danger zones that could trip them up. Particularly the first three corners. I'm not looking to see too many dive bombs there, that's for sure.
Yeah, just to recap, we're in the reverse direction here for round 12, and we are on the grid, Owen.
We are indeed. The traditional Let's Go Racing slogan is on the screen. So race green and race clean. This is the objective of the game. Ricardo on the pole. He'll be looking and waiting for those lights, and we'll see what happens in RTFR 256.
Here come the lights, 6 red lights, and we are green for round 12 of the 2021 season. Look at that huge grid of drivers, 35 cars with Red Rock joining at the last second. And here we go, down to turn number 1. Rick Cardle immediately under pressure, obviously, because of the slipstream by his teammate. Look how quick they go through turn 1.
Numbers made a mistake. Wow. Here they come. Adam and Number collide. Oh, that's going to cause a huge backlash, unfortunately.
Yeah, as you can tell, it's just
such a
absolute
pity.
carnage at turn 1, and there's still an accident going off in the background. We've got all the FM cars, by the looks of it, off in the gravel. That's Number. He's had a terrible start. P3 to P30. Meanwhile, Gabor's managed to get ahead of his teammate up into P1. So yeah, great start by Gabor there, Owen.
Yeah, that's crucial for Gabor. He's psyched his teammate out at the start, and there's Sanoki around the outside of turn 9. And that's going to be very, very useful for him. But actually, no, they're side by side again. Continuing the battle on a little bit longer, but Sanoki does get the job done eventually.
Yeah, look at this story at the front. We've got Sonochki in there with 4 Sidus drivers. Gabor's got an absolutely brilliant start to this race. But Rick Cardle is tucked into 3rd place then, as Sonochki jumped quite a few cars there at the start. Remember, Number started P3, so Sonochki's come from a little bit further down. United's had a brilliant start to P5.
Yeah, it is Sidus breathing sigh of relief, I'm sure. Their fortune held on as opposed to Fragmaster Number. It's just he was pleased with his qualifying run on R3 tyres. He says in the chat, but he'd be awfully frustrated that the first lap incident took him down, along with slightly for SBTV's Adam. He got a little bit of contact. Gaining 2 places. Sorry, go ahead.
He's about to gain another because he got a great exit and he's going to pass that BAR Honda across start finish. That's Lorenzo. And is he going to pass? Because it looks like they're still side by side, and Lorenzo has the inside for the first corner, but Ayub will have the inside for the first part of the chicane, and Lorenzo does back out of it. Oh, who's that behind? That's Adam.
It's Adam in
the Red Bull
David
livery.
Coulthard Red Bull, yeah.
Adam, of course, from Scotland, so why not? Here he comes past Lorenzo, and the next car on his radar will be Ayub. If he can try and shift Lorenzo, should be no issue through this. Oh, what a save! Almost losing the car. Lorenzo will have an easy pass here. Well, though he goes to the outside, a little bit of an untraditional route there. So Adam will keep that place for now.
I have to give props to another SPTV car. It's Falca in the top 20. He's 19th so far. Great run at the start for him.
Yeah, managed to avoid the incident at turn 1, I guess.
Yeah, I think a few drivers were quick to avoid the accident for sure. And Nova gained places himself in the top 10. And unfortunately, Young Tommy B is out. No more involvement for Young Tommy B. But look at Jocks versus the Hamuli. Oh, he's going to get overtaken twice here. Oh no, he quite. Just nudges.
No, that was Yaroloco.
Oh, Yaroloco.
He had a good start as well, but again, down the order and spinning a bit on the grass. He's going to be careful how he rejoins. No, that's good. Is there a car? The car ahead of him spins out. Who was that? That was...
it's Elmo. I think it's
Elmo. Elmo in the wall. There we go. So, another casualty. But this time with a Sim broadcast livery on it.
Yeah. X-Top, Rando and Malik, Michael Malik all getting involved in the run to turn 16 before the final chicane. And I think it was Rando holding on for dear life there. Well done.
Yeah, it's so much action.
Michael made a mistake.
We need to talk about the fact that Rick Cardle managed to get past Sonochki somehow. And in the process, Rick Cardle's taken the fastest lap of the race. He's currently P2. And he is flying. Gabor, however, has dropped everybody else, and maybe Rick wants to try and close that gap. 1 second the gap at the front. No DRS here, of course, so he won't have any chance of catching him. Just has to use the slipstream if he can get within range. Sonochki does risk at this point dropping into the clutches of Botsy as Reunite runs wide and over the grass through the spoon corner. But yeah, Botsy has not been around for many of the races at the beginning of the season, Owen. And this is a good return to form. He's in P4, knocking on the door of the podium. But if he wants this to be the start of his 2021 RTFR campaign, having won the last few, as we lose Lorenzo there from the race, he needs to get higher up in the order than he is currently.
That's certainly true, yeah. Ayub is best of the rest of those non-Sidus and Sonochki drivers. He'll be very pleased with this run so far. Still a fair old distance to go. We've been flying through these laps, but there are far more to go. Just wait and see what happens now. Botsy has a run. Botsy for the podium here, and he's got it. Just trying to catch up on the screens, but we're looking at Botsy versus Sonochki for the podium position. Sonochki holds on very well and continues lap 4 in the bronze medal position.
Yeah, good stuff. Apologies we missed it there, but there we are. Sonochki into... Oh, wow, what was that? That was a bit of a clip on the barrier there from Botsy. But yes, Sonochki for now retaining that 3rd place.
Oh, that's Xtoff off the circuit at the final chicane. He'll rejoin in space, but he'll be feeling crestfallen after a mistake like that. His odds of catching the drivers ahead of him are diminished. But we'll just have to wait and see, as we're now looking at Ayub continuing his march, hoping for a P5.
Ayub just passed a stricken car. I wasn't quite sure who it was, but there was someone pulled over just after the bridge section. Here comes Tilo.
Yeah, Falca having a great run here. As long as he can maintain his best possible pace, he'll be clear of Michael Malik for another while, has to be said.
Yeah, we're already 4 laps through this race, and I wonder if any of these drivers will do a pit stop. Now, we know it's going to be close on fuel, but with a little bit of fuel saving, it should be fine to make it to the end. It is only a sprint race. It is only a 19-lap sprint race. But yeah, flat out in this car, you use a lot of fuel, Owen.
Yeah, but that's the last thing that'll be on Gabor's mind. His teammate Ricardo is extremely close after the first complex of corners. He may back out a little bit into the Boothie chicane. Original version, I suppose, in reverse. But now he has another attack heading into turn 8 on just before the oval there. Yeah, turn 8 on the oval now for the turn 9. Ricardo goes for the lead. And that should be held. Oh, wobble
yeah.
for Gabor.
Yeah, he was in the dirty air. Dirty air.
Traction control did nothing to help. And Botsy is here to clean up any of those broken pieces. Should Gabor make another slip.
Yeah, I mean, Botsy's also managed to get back past Sonochki. We missed it while we were watching the battle for the lead, I think. But there we are. It's a Sidus 1-2-3. Ridiculous. Let's see if Unite can make it a top 4. But anyway, Sonochki holding on for dear life in P4 at the moment. And yeah, Botsy, the man on the move. Gabor seems to be dropping down. Look at the gap between Gabor and Rick Cardle after that little error from Gabor.
Yeah, made a huge swing of things, a second and a half nearly.
Yeah, Botsy may have a run here. He might have a run onto the home straight. Let's see. As here he goes.
I don't think I'm quite make it, but
quite.
Unfortunately for father and sons, Jocks had a lag incident at turns 13 and 14, and he lost his near top 10 position, and he's down to 21st. So father and sons racing having very little luck today at Kyoto.
No, who was that who went off? Was it Soini? Soini goes off just in a battle with Mandula and LG Mies there. Anyway, back to the front. Rick Cardle leads for Sidus ahead of Gabor, who's very, very closely followed by Botsy, who's returned to the season after a bit of a drought. Then it's Sonochki in P4, Unites in P5, trying to make it a P4, and Ayub is kind of in a bubble at the moment in P6. Adam for Sim Broadcasts P7. Then it's Nova side by side with Yaroslav Donalik for P8 and P9. Owen.
Yeah, they're going to be extremely close here heading into the ultimate right-handed corner here. Oh my goodness, if that pulls off, whoa, that's Nova and a sideways incident there. And now on the hunt again, it's one of the SPTV cars. I think it is Elmo a lap down, perhaps. Yes. So It's Nova, 9th, and Number making a heroic rescue drive here. Is back into the top 10.
Yeah, that is actually impressive. Remember that Number was P30 after turn 2. He's made up 20 places, and he's battling with these guys as Botsy makes a move. We missed it. It was on the straight before the home straight, actually. Botsy's made the move past Gabor into P2. And there's another car off there at the back of the home straight. I'm not sure what's going on.
Muley, possibly. I'm not
Here
sure.
we go. Gabor loses another place, this time to his teammate, Botsy. Risks being swept up by Sonochki if he's not careful. Yeah, Sonochki's managed to grab quite a lot of time over Gabor there.
Yeah, it just feels like it's disappeared due to the 170 miles an hour plus speeds of the first sector. Head into the oval section now. He has every chance of gaining in the middle part of the track. That's where mistakes are most likely to be made.
Number and Nova are close, and this is for the top 10, obviously. Nova currently P9, under threat from Number, and Number's going to get this easily on the oval. Zdravko did give us a little bit of intel between qualifying and the race that he reckons 85% fuel should be enough for the race, Owen. Oh, it's contact.
Oh, that's a horrifying place to have coming together in open wheelers. But thankfully the two drivers continue. But yeah, 85%. If his setup is suited, I think he could pull that off. Whereas other drivers might be filled to the brim, as if it was a modern Formula 1 race with the full fuel tanks.
Yeah, Nova made a bit of a wiggle there out of the... I'm not sure what number it is, actually, corner number it is in this direction. It's normally turn 9, but anyway, Number getting a bit of a wiggle on. He's managed to catch back up to Nova pretty quickly, but that was some dicey stuff on the oval between Nova and Number. But here we go. Can Number try and find a way past? Is there someone in the gravel there in the background? I don't know if you can tell me who that is, Owen. I think it might be Elmo. He tells us in our ears, sorry, that he's in the gravel, having a bit of fun. Unite's made it past Botsy. What's going on here? Sonochki's down to 5th.
It's a horrible shame. The Sidus, I don't know what the 4 version of Trifecta is, probably Quarfecta or something like that. But that's what's happening now. Sonochki has tried, and he'll have to try again to prevent that from happening.
Yeah, I wonder if it was an incident between Botsy and Sonochki, because Unite's jumped them both, which is very unusual. So there we are. Botsy in P4, where I think he'd very much like a podium, to be honest. But let's have a look what's going on here. Michael Malik's had a bit of a shocker, I think, because Yoa Loco and Thilo Wagenberg have managed to get past. Thilo's in P15, Kid is in P14, and as I turn the camera to Kid again in RTFR, he's driven off the road.
Goodness me, it's actually a Quadfecta. I looked it up, it's Quadfecta. Yeah, nearly had it. Yeah, Sidus lighten up the timing screens with their signature purple and white and gold colours.
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievably close between these guys at the front. We've got a little bit of a gap between Ricciardo and Gabor, and then the rest of them are really close together, all within 3 seconds at this point. So the 3 cars on screen are Sonochki at the back in P5, then you've got Botsy and Unite ahead, who are getting closer even still.
Atian has pulled off a 720-degree spin, but gets it pointing in the right direction. He was battling Yarikatila for 12th, but unfortunately the gravel caught him out at turns 10 and 11. Thankfully, minimal damage to the car, and he can carry on.
Well, here comes the Sidus battle we want to see. Unite versus Botsy. Titanic battle. There we go. Down to turn 1, side by side. Why so wide, Unite? What are you doing? Anyway, he's going to cut back behind his teammate down into the chicane. Doesn't want to be too close to the car because he'll lose all the downforce over his car. But here we go. Can he get him back on the oval? Botsy's already pulled a pretty big gap there. As Adam comes into the pits, I wonder what that's for.
We'll see what the game log has to say. This might be a damage pit stop if this amount of time has elapsed. Yeah, if this was a strategic stop, it wouldn't take this long. He is achingly waiting to finish up, so he must have had damage somewhere.
Could be tyres.
Yes, damages wheel body.
Okay, so a full complement of everything going on to Adam's car. He's still in the top 20, but let's see. Unite has dropped back. Yeah, he's dropped back from Botsy, so Botsy's back on the podium.
Yeah, I'll have to pay very close attention to those drivers. There's just so many other drivers are worthy of attention as well. As here's the perfect example: Number and Nova at the Battle and Tongs again.
Yeah, Nova's pretty well, synonymous with being a very aggressive defender, and as you can tell, that translates into BF1 racing as well, as he doesn't give Number any space whatsoever to try and get past. So Number's up to P9. We have had someone drop down. It must have been Adam. Yeah, you're right. It was Adam who was battling with Yaroslav. Yaroslav up to P7. But here we go. Let's see. Can Number find a way past the air attack driver?
Fastest lap banged in by Botsy at 1:44.91. But I think Number will have to wait another lap. Yeah, so you may get the run here, though.
Yeah.
Good braking point.
Yeah, he timed that perfectly to catch up to Nova. Let's see. Can he find a way around? Nova will...
Oh, my word.
What's going on there? That was crazy. Why is Nova gone in the pits? Why are all the drivers... Maybe they don't think they can make it. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, he's in the pits.
Yeah, it's bang on the 50% mark. But if that had been a prank to get Number to pit with him, that would have been absolutely bizarre. But,
yeah, the normal racing line does go through the pit lane a little bit there, so it's lucky that Number realised he was going to stop and pulled out of the slipstream in time. But there we go. Nova again is going to lose a load of places, and he's going to come out somewhere near Adam. I wonder if there was damage, or maybe it's just tyres. Maybe that's his pace was just a bit down. I don't know if you can tell us what happened there, Owen.
He just said the Eric curb gave me a problem, and he said he needs to add camber and fix the body. So there you go, 20th position now.
Yeah, Sonochki's dropped off a bit now from the back of the Sidus. What was it?
Oh, and there's a roller on the start-finish straight. Matti Makari has completely landed on his roll bar here.
Well, there we are. No safety car, so he'll have to just get out of it and pit. Rick Cardle then leads the way as we head on to lap 11 of 19. 9 laps to go. Gabor sets the fastest lap and looks like he's going to try and close that gap at the front. It is hovering around 3 seconds. He's got a back marker in the way as well. And then it's Botsy and Unite in behind. But yes, a little bit weird there for Nova, picking up some damage. Comes out in P19. That promotes Number to P8, and he's got a little bit of a gap now. Some 7 seconds to Yaroslav Donlik ahead.
Yeah, just even with the sprint conditions, just 19 laps, it's still so many drivers perhaps going over the limit, trying to stay competitive. And we have Yarkitella now in the top 10. He's been... Oh no, what did I say? Oh, give me strength, everybody. Oh my word.
Rony's Tuesday Fun Race strikes again. There we are.
He wasn't even on the camera. He went off. So I sincerely apologise to Yarkitella. That was my fault. Sorry about you. But Atian takes top 10 and I'll shut up.
As Atian puts it in the wall. And there we go. The RTFR sniper that is Owen Harmon, ladies and gents. Yep. So, let's regroup. Rick Cardle leads the way in the... What was the name that you called the 4? It's
Quad
not quartet, is it? Quadfecta.
Quadfecta.
Okay, so there we are. An Owenism. We're watching Kid.
It's a real word. No,
Kid managed to go around a corner without falling off the track while on camera. So he's done another one. Anyway, Michael Malik for Master Race Car, P13. Not the highest placed Czech driver today. Yaroslav Donlik currently holding that honour in P7 with the BAR Honda Lucky Strike livery.
And Unite is very close to his teammate Botsy now for the final podium position. Can't barely be 4/10 or more. Like, so close now.
Yeah,
Just
it's
needs
still
to
not
make the
close
move.
enough to make the move, though. He does need to be quite a lot closer to Botsy in order to get that move done. As they head into the spoon curve then for the 12th time. Fantastic corner in this car. Doesn't matter which way round you take it. It's a little bit more tricky this direction, I think. But anyway, he has bunched up, but this is the wrong place. This is not where you want to be right behind your teammate, because you end up slowing each other down. If you catch your teammate on a straight, it's often not detrimental to either of you. But here we are through the sweepers. That gap is more than likely to go up, not down. But unless Unite can pick his lines properly, stay out of the slipstream, and as he goes off into the grass.
Not too bad, I have to say. The gap is just 0.2 of a second, so he more than halved the deficit. Let's say it's going to go back up.
Yeah, he did well there to stay underneath the rear wing through the sweepers, but it did go a little bit wrong at the end. It's super difficult to follow that closely through there, and he puts so much energy through the tyres, especially the fronts, to try and drag it round, as there's no downforce over, well, very limited downforce anyway, and as you can see, he's not close enough on this lap to make a move, so he'll have to try it somewhere else.
And there's been an overtake on the track for position. Mandula gains at the spoon curve over Falca. So that was clean as a whistle. That's the default BMW F106 livery, so I'm glad someone has run it. Whereas Thilo has our special SBTV livery on.
Everything seems to have calmed down a little bit. We have 27 runners on lap 13, and we've got Rick Cardle coming up against some backmarker traffic. That's one of our guys, I think. No, it isn't. Who is that? That is...
Might be Monty McCarry.
Yeah, Monty McCarry for ZFRL. Another white car with some red on it. As we head through the sweepers, Rick Cardle's looking pretty comfortable with a 4.2 second lead over Gabor, running the red wheels there. Botsy, look how close Unite is to the back of Botsy. That is impressive to follow that closely through the sweepers. He did have to get out of the throttle there, though. You could hear it. And alas, the gap has opened up. Unite just catching his teammate in all the wrong places, unfortunately.
Yeah, it feels that way. Fatass and LG Meese trying to finish in the top 20. Side by side into the first complex corners. Fatass has the outside line and makes it stick for turns 1 and 2, but not 3. And they're both off.
They've both gone off.
Oh,
they're both having a party in the gravel at turn 1, and yeah, I don't think we can be blamed for that. Who was that? Was that the leader? Wow. So yes. The race leader threads the needle straight through the middle. Fantastic.
Actually, the two drivers mightn't feel so bad now they got out of the way. I wouldn't say safely from the race leader, but they got out of the way.
I would not say that. We're definitely not safely out of the way, that's for sure. We're watching Gabor, who's navigating one of the ZFRL cars there, I think. Possibly. As we head into the spoon curve. 4.3 seconds the gap at the front.
I think this third versus fourth contest is the one that will keep us engaged the longest, and there is a driver off.
Yeah.
You can catch it, I'm afraid. Oh, it's LG Meese. Oh no. A nightmare lap. And his car.
Oh, there you are. He got out of the way of the leaders.
Yeah. Not the way you should do if you want to keep your mind and body safe.
Oh, but look at that. United's managed to undo his previous errors, and he's got underneath the rear wing just where he needs to. This could be a move on for the podium. That was really well set up there. He managed to hold it so close to the back of Botsy. He's dropped off a bit, but he just needs a good run from the final chicane. Botsy is no stranger to battles like this, though. He's going to do everything he can to stay ahead. Unite with a slightly tighter line out onto the home straight. Is it enough, Owen?
Yeah, it's probably... No, it's actually not, but it's going to be close. Monty McCarry gets out of the way there. 4/10 of a second, but now into the braking zone. I feel like smidgen.
Ooh.
for Unite. Yeah, very close.
Yeah, Botsy's on the ropes. He was very wide. Well, a lot wider than Unite. Unite just able to take tighter lines with that setup. Let's see what happens as we head onto the oval. Unite in a compromised position under the rear wing and so close to the wall, but Botsy again just does enough, doesn't he, to stay ahead?
Yeah, I think it's his power out of the corners that's doing him the job rather than entry in. And then we have a comment from Adam in the game chat. He said his gaming wheel is getting very hot. Could be a warm day in his native Scotland, so or else just been worked to the limits. So if he can hang on to the finish, it could be a bit of both.
some of the SBTV team were up at Knockhill at the weekend in Scotland, and I can confirm it was pretty hot. So hot in Scotland at the moment. But anyway, Botsy hanging on to P3, and Unite again running wide, but not close enough, and that's going to go down to the wire, that battle. He's been there for quite a lot of the last part of the race, but he's had a good race. He's up quite a few positions, up to P4 is Unite, and he's trying to get on that podium. I bet he'd love to, because he's second place in the Drivers' Championship in RTFR at the moment.
Yeah, and you've cut to another great battle at the right time. Yaroslav Donalik and the FM teammates, Number and Rando, not too far away now. Oh, little mistake for Number, getting onto the turn 13 curb on the inside.
Coming off of a historic event last week on Friday, obviously, Frag Masters celebrated 11 years of their Fox Friday series. You can catch that replay on our YouTube channel. But here they are, P8 and 9 in the very different Formula 1 car to the Fox. But they're doing a good job, as I mentioned. Number had a shocker on the first lap, down to P30. He's up to P8, and it looks like it might be P7. Although Rando is looking rapid in the background. So maybe Number will end up in P8 after all. Let's see, can he get Yaroslav? Goes to the inside, it's very close, and not on this occasion. Yaroslav holding on for dear life, but I fear his days are numbered. But yeah, Number's going to look in his rear view now.
Yeah, I noticed that one, Pete. I'll give you credit. But now side by side for 5 and 6, Donalik, or just to turn 5, actually decides to assert himself. That's so close. But yeah, everything in the playbook is going to be played here by Donalik. He'd love to finish 7th.
I'm here all week, Eoin, as Number goes very wide, and that's going to allow Rando to sweep around the outside. What's happened there? Has Number struggled there? Rando's just done him around the outside of the spoon. What a move.
Yeah, unfortunately I missed that one. I was looking at Nova. Seemed like a heck of a pickpocket move for Rando. Got the moment and took it.
United's close behind Botsy again, but not close enough to get past. Briefly registered ahead on the timing tower, but there we are. Down to... Oh, hello.
Gabor pits.
Yeah, Gabor's pitted. I saw Sonochki was promoted, so Gabor's obviously maybe hit that curb as well. Unfortunately, but there we are. It happens. Let's go back to this FM Yaroslav battle. We've got Number behind Rando. And Rando is going to go wide, and the FM teammates end up actually holding each other up.
Yeah, this is a case of the two extremely talented drivers are taking time out of each other and letting Donalik have a little bit of a reprieve. I wouldn't say that much, but...
Well, to be fair, Yada is still a pretty talented driver.
He certainly is.
P7 in the BF1 around here, it's quite an effort as Rando takes a slightly slow line out of the final corner, and that's let Number have another go at Yada. Abe's up into P4 now, so something's happened to Sonochki as well, Eoin.
Yeah, he's in severe trouble at turn 9, and that's going to be the end of his hunt. Oh no, it's camber gone. Oh, the front right. It's crabbing horribly.
Alright, so something's gone on there, and it's somehow promoted Abe to P4, as we've got Rando going around the outside, or trying to go around the outside of Number again. He tucks back to the inside. What is happening? Rando is able to take that so quickly. We've got a car off ahead. It's Sonochki. There we go. He moves out the way, and they all go past. So Sonochki really is in trouble.
Oh yeah, that's game over. There's no way that car is going to finish in a comfortable position. It has to be said. It'll take an age to get that repaired.
Yeah, well, this is a great battle going on here. We've got we've got another car off. That's one of the
McElroy, several laps down. Oh, number.
Yeah, Number's gone for the move a bit early. That's going to leave him vulnerable to Rando, but Rando's going to get him back. Rando may have a double toe here on Yaroslav. It's going to be too far back for this chicane. When is Yaroslav going to... he's going to be sweating with all this going on as we've got another ZFR car off ahead. It's all going off on the final...
Rando ahead now.
Yep. Let's see. He's going to manage to get past Yaroslav pretty easily here. And Number's been left wondering how this has all happened. He's miles back.
Yeah, so the FM drivers couldn't decide who should lead the way. So Rando takes it for himself. Oh, understeer moment for Yaroslav.
Yeah, Number gained massively on the brakes there. He came out of nowhere. He was so far behind. And then on the brakes, he's taken about 50 meters or something out of Yaroslav. So let's see, through the booths chicane in the wrong direction as we head onto the oval. And he's not close enough. He's not close enough to make that move.
Yeah, X-Toff is lapped now. There you are. Be out of the way. So it is Number frustrated, I'm sure. Still needs to find that magic path to success.
Yeah, it looks like it's coming pretty quickly, though. I've said that several times with Number, and he goes for it on the... Oh, no, he backs out. I mean, that's just going to hurt him even more. He's probably given Yaroslav Donalik heart palpitations as we lose. Who's that we've lost from P5?
It's Gabor.
It's Gabor. He's gone. He's left the server. So top 3 is all that Siders can hope for. It's an amazing achievement regardless, but there we are. Rick Cardle's still leading
on for the lead. Oh, sorry, second place. Sorry, no. I got mixed up. I beg your pardon.
For the lead, there's a 13-second gap.
No. Well,
yeah.
The best of the rest.
Best of the rest battle between these two. And what about a little bit?
You're a loco.
Here we are. Botsy is about to get mugged by his teammate Unite around the outside into Spoon. Is he going to hold it though? The outside is favourable as we've seen, and he does have to yield. Botsy back down to P3. We're losing drivers like flies here, Eoin. P20, 25 drivers remain. We're on the final lap. Rick Cardle only has a few corners to go. We will stick with him for the final few corners. We've not seen much of him this race. He's been leagues ahead of everybody else, but he does have a bit of traffic up ahead. Doesn't need to worry. He can take his time. He can probably finish behind him if he wanted to, but I don't think finishing behind is in Rick Cardle's vocabulary, because he is going to come around on this straight. He does pass one of the back markers through the final chicane in just a moment's time. There we go. Bish, Bash, and Bosch through onto the home straight. And it will be Rick Cardle for Sidus to take the win in round 12 of Rony's Tuesday Fun Race 2021. There he goes. Beautiful. Unite will come through in second. And yeah, that's a race-long battle with his teammate Botsy. And Botsy's miles off. What's happened to him? He's way down the order.
He may just be saving his car. He's just going very slowly.
Yeah, Sidus is Unite actually took the fastest lap there on the final lap, doing a 1:42.92, 600ths of a second quicker than his teammate. And there we are. There's your winner, Rick Cardle, making his way around the track. He's got to somehow find the little victory lane that Rony has created for our drivers. There we go. Abe El Hanouni crosses the line. 37 seconds, Eoin, off the lead. That's how far ahead those Sidus guys were in the end.
Yeah, it's definitely feeling like a mid-2010s era F1 race. Just the single team are very dominant, and the rest just have to follow in the wheel tracks. Top 5 for Rando, though. That's certainly very impressive.
Yeah, super impressive. We're just waiting to see where Yaroslav Donalik finished. He finished P7, so Number was able to get past.
Must be conserving. So Number redeems the first lap instant. Gets 6th place.
Yeah, that is impressive. I'd like to talk to him after the race if we can. What was it? He qualified pretty high up, and then dropped down to P30, and then back up to P6. That's a roller coaster. And yeah, he could have had P5, but for some reason, I don't know how, Rando had absolutely insane pace towards the end there. Atian finishes P8, Kid finishes P9, Michael Malik rounds out the top 10. Mandula 11th, Nova 12th, Jari Katila in 13th. Tila Falkenberg, after pretty much being right at the back, was he finishes in P14. Rony for 15th, Steve Martin, your teammate Owen, P16.
Yep.
Then Fadas for Fragmasters, P17. Jocks for FNS, P18. Elmo in P19 after spending a considerable amount of the race in the turn 9 gravel trap. Then we've got Mies in 20th, Xtoff in 21st, Thamuli in 22nd, Lorenzo 23rd, and who's that? Martin McCarry in P24. I think that's everybody, Owen, unless we're waiting for one straggler. I think that is everybody.
No, that's everybody.
So
huge attrition rate.
Yeah, pretty big. We can finally get the full classification while we watch this man, Rick Cardle, find his way to victory lane. Sidus' Rick Cardle wins in 33 minutes 19 seconds 0.58 ahead of Unite, who clinched the fastest lap on the final lap, a 1:42.92. Botsy made a Sidus podium lockout. Then it was Ayub in an unexpected turn of events. He ended up P4 after Sonochki and Gabor came into trouble. Rando in P5, Number P6, Yaroslav Donolik P7. Atian, a little bit of a quiet race, really. We didn't see much of him, but he's had a pretty good afternoon. He's in P8. Sim Broadcast's Kid P9. Michael Malik top 10. Race Queen's Mandula P11. Nova P12 for Aerotech Racing. Jari Katila in P13. Falca P14. Rony himself in P15, up 2 places from qualifying. Steve Martin P16. Fatas for FM P17. Then it's FNS, Father and Son Racing. Jocks in P18. Elmo in P19. Gabor classified in P20, and then we have to look further down the order. Gabor actually classified pretty high, even though he left. But there we are. That's the way it works. In P21, we have Sonochki, LG Mies in P22, Xtoff in P23, Thamuli in P24, Lorenzo, Magic, Adam, Yaroloko, Pabluski, and Timu Soini round out the top 30. All non-finishers, I think. No, did Sonochki end up finishing, Owen?
Marty McCarry made it about 15 laps down, so
yeah.
Soini, Pavlovsky, all them would have been DNF.
Yeah, I don't see Sonochki on the official finishing order, so yeah, he didn't finish, but still classified 21st. Then it's Marty McCarry 31st, Iron Donny P32, Redbot, Gentleman YTV, and FNS 7-9, only making a couple of laps through the race. So there we are, 35 classified, and Rick Cardle has found his way onto victory lane, Owen, in clearly like a very dominant display.
Yeah, he was definitely the cream of the crop. He benefited from that start from the pole and made sure he held on.
There we are then. That brings to a close the coverage of round number 12 of Rony's Tuesday Fun Race 2021. The BMW Sauber, the seldom seen these days, BMW Sauber in Live for Speed at Kyoto GP Long Reversed. We hope you enjoyed it from wherever you were watching, and we hope you can join us next time for the UF1 at BL1. That's going to be a fun one in a couple of weeks' time, Owen.
Yeah, should be a very exciting and spicy race.
Absolutely. We hope you can join us for that. More information about Rony's Tuesday Fun Race and the sponsorship can be found on the Live for Speed forum. Of course, World Class Lions are putting towards €400 towards the Drivers and Teams Championship in this series. And if you want to get in on the action, you can do. Find out more about RTFR on the LFS forum in the Race Green events section. See you in 2 weeks for the 257th RTFR at BL1 in the UF1. I've been Peter Butcher. He's been Owen Harmon. You've been watching Sim Broadcasts. Good night.
Farewell.